You know, yesterday's weather forecast had said that today would be partly cloudy and that it would be even cloudier at the end of the day. But I got to looking outside and boy, it's pretty sunny out there right now. So I don't know if that's going to stay the same or change. So let's take a look at our weather at weather.com. I'm going to choose Bloomington, Indiana. That's what I've entered. Boy, is it cold. 23 degrees. And it says it's fair. Fair. And then it says 2% chance of snow through 9 a.m. Well, it is 9 a.m. And that 2% means like if I tried something 100 times, it would only be done twice. So let's say I'm trying to shoot a basket and I'm shooting my basketball into the basketball hoop and I take 100 shots and it only went in twice. That means only 2% of my shots made it into the hoop. So that's a very low chance. 100% is absolutely the best chance. 2% is kind of the worst chance of something happening. 1% is the definitely, or 0% is definitely the worst. So probably not going to snow. Now it seems to be showing a little more sun. It says fair. And our forecast today looks like this. It says it's going to be 25 degrees, only a 2% chance of snow or rain. This afternoon, it's going to get up to 33 degrees, still only a 2% chance of rain. And then this evening, 27 degrees, so the temperature will start going down. And look, it's not 2%, it's now 7%. That's a little more, but still probably not going to rain. And then overnight, it's going to be 26 degrees tonight, which is very cold, not as cold as tonight. Let's take a look at our radar. I'm going to pull up the radar for our area, and this is a map. They use satellites in space, and the satellites look at the weather patterns, but if you look at Indiana, we are right here. I live over here in this county, right about in here. But there's no, if I push play and I watch it, there's no snow. There's no mix of snow and rain. There's no rain. When you look at these, the rain here is light rain, but thunderstorms turn red and sometimes even these colors. But usually we get up to a red on a bad thunderstorm. If I wanted to zoom out, I can, and then I can see other places. So like this is our neighboring state, Illinois, and this is our neighbor state, Ohio, and this is our neighbor state, Kentucky. And over here behind my little thing, I'm going to hide it. I can see, look at the snow that's in Ohio and in Kentucky. All of this is snow. You can tell by looking up here. So they're getting snow, but we are not. Usually our weather comes from the west, and this is the west over here. So usually the weather comes this way. And you can tell this snow is sort of moving that direction. So this is our weather map. Now here's our 10-day forecast. A 10-day forecast tells us what's going to happen over the next 10 days. So this is today and this is tonight. It says that if you look, it shows you this little blowing symbol. That's the wind. The winds are going to come out of the northwest at 8 miles per hour tonight. Today, they're going to be out of the northwest at 11 miles per hour. That's not very windy. So I started looking at this, and I am very sad and nervous because when I look at our weather, I look at the high temperature for the day. It's 39 tomorrow. It's 40 on Thursday. The low is in 27, 20. But look at our low temperatures. It's cold out there right now. and it's 33 degrees. It's freezing cold outside. But look, it's 27, 20, 17, 8 degrees, 1 degree. That's so cold. And look, it only is going to get up to 13 degrees. That is very cold. 17 degrees is the high on Monday with a low of 8 degrees. Also very cold. Tuesday, 22 degrees. 8 degrees is the low. Cold, cold, cold. Wednesday, 3 degrees is how cold it's going to get. And if you look, it's pretty cloudy, partly cloudy. This says mostly sunny for tomorrow, so that's nice. The next day it's going to rain. Partly cloudy, partly cloudy. AM, that means morning snow showers. All kinds of partly cloudies. And then the 14th, Valentine's Day, it's saying snow showers. The next day, the 15th, which is President's Day, I believe, morning snow showers. And then Tuesday, snow showers. So our weather is all over the place. Now, I'm going to come back your way. And hopefully, you guys, when you get on to your morning meeting today, there is this paper inside of your baggies that I gave you yesterday. Luke's got his, and you get to make a prediction. Do you think it's going to be cloudy today or sunny today? I made my prediction last night, and I was wrong, I think, but, you know. So here's my groundhog, and I made my prediction of what kind of weather I thought today would be. Now, the other thing you get to do during your read aloud today is you get to make your own groundhog and a burrow. Luke's already made his. These are in your packets. Everybody but Alex, I'm sorry I didn't have these before I sent your packet home. We'll have these brown paper bags, but everybody does have a groundhog. So, unless you didn't get your packet last night, if you did, we'll have to organize it. Please wait till I'm finished talking and then raise your hand. So that is something that you'll find and you'll be able to do. Yes, Scarlett.
I wanted to say, I don't know how to make that kind of bag. I know how to make the groundhog, but not the bag.
Hey, Scarlett, there's a video that shows you that. So when you watch it, it'll tell you, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I made a video for it. Now, today we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about states of matter. And one of the reasons that we need to talk about states of matter is that you guys and I are talking a little bit about weather right now. And weather changes because of the temperature. You know, that it has to be about 32 degrees to be freezing enough to have snow. So if it is in the 40s, will it snow? Probably not. If it is in the teens, or if it's 8 degrees, it's not going to rain because it's too cold to rain. So anything that comes out of the sky will be snow. And those are different states of matter. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, what is matter? And matter is anything that takes up space and has a weight. That sounds really crazy. So am I matter? Is Miss Phrase matter? Do I take up space? I do. If you were in our classroom, you would notice that I am in a space and I'm taking that space up. If we got into a car and you were already in there with 5 people and I tried to squish in, I would be taking up space and making you more squished. So I take up space, and if I step on a scale, I weigh something. So I am also matter. Is my tape measure matter? Yes, my tape measure is matter. It takes up space and it weighs something. Is this paper matter? It is. It takes up space, a little space, but it does take up space. if I stack a bunch of papers, each one takes up a tiny little bit of space. So when you stack them, they get thicker. It's just a tiny thin space, but it still is space. And if I pinned it onto my paper, it's taking up space on my paper. And even though it's very, very light, it does weigh something. Almost anything in the world that you can think of is matter. Matter is just about everything. Books, trees, things that are living and things that are not living are all made up of matter. And so I thought we should talk about matter. Please don't interrupt. Matter, because it has a little bit to do with weather, okay? So when we have snow, what kind of matter is that? Well, that is a state of matter or a type of matter called a solid. Now I set my markers up here. And it's water, right? Snow is frozen water or solid water. Let me go ahead and just make my notes about what matter is, and then we're going to talk about the states of matter. I wish I had not used blue. So matter is anything. Kids and markers, man. Y'all don't put lids on stuff. Not you guys, but other children. So matter is anything that takes up space and has a weight. Almost everything in your world. Actually, I would be surprised. I can't even think of something in the world that's not matter. Matter is made of tiny little molecules. So today we're going to focus on water. Water is matter. Did you know that? Water has a weight. If you go get a gallon jug and fill it with water and carry it, it's heavy, right? If you dump the water out, the jug is very light. Water is heavy. It has a weight. And this is my water bottle. My water bottle has water up to here. If I put more water in here and I don't pay attention and I get to the top, it's going to spill out. And the reason is because the water does take up space. It fills all the way to here. So if I try to add a bunch more water, it's still going to take up space until it overflows. Water, like this, is a liquid. Now, liquids are like your Gatorade, your tea, your lemonade, your water. All of those things are liquids. And do liquids have a shape? Do they have a shape of their own? I see Ken is shaking her head no, and she's right. Liquid does not have a shape. It's actually the shape of its container. So if the liquid, the water, is inside of a creek bed, it's going to be flowing in the shape of the creek. If I pour this liquid out of my water bottle and I pour it into a bowl, it will have the shape of the bowl. Right now, my water has the shape of my water bottle, right? Yeah. But if I put this water in the freezer, it would become a solid. Frozen water, like snowflakes, hail, ice, those are all a solid. My tape measure or tape dispenser is a solid. It's hard. I can't pour this down inside of a cup and turn it into the shape of the cup. It has its own shape. Solids have their own shape. Oops. So if I put this into the freezer, it would have a shape. It would be a solid in the shape of this ice cube or the shape of my thing, but a solid has a shape. But what would happen if I put this water into a pot and sat it on the stove and turned the stove on till it was boiling? Then what would happen to the water? Well, have you guys ever watched your family members cook something on the stove and there's this stuff going out of the water?
They will turn hot. Steam. Water.
It would get hot and it becomes steam. So the water is actually going into the air as a gas. If you were to watch mom or grandma or dad or grandpa or auntie or uncle, and they had a pot of water on the stove and you forget about it and you let it boil for a long time, when you go back, your pot will be empty because all of the water will change to steam and go into the air and float away. So water can be a liquid when it's water. Water can be a solid when it's frozen, or it can be a gas when it becomes steam, which is also called water vapor. Now, there are different things you should know about these different kinds of matter. Matter is, it's still water, it's just being a different state or type of water. A liquid, a solid, or a gas. Now here's something interesting. When water is a liquid, the molecules, and that's like the little building blocks. Water is made up of lots of little molecules that are so tiny you can't even see them. Everything is made up of little bitty parts that you can't see. If I were to look really closely, I can see small things about my arm, but I still can't see all the little tiny molecules that are put together to make me. But when a water is in the liquid state, the molecules are actually spread out. So the little molecules that make up the water at that time, they're kind of spread out wide. And they kind of, flow around and move and take the shape of the container. But they're not too close. They're spread out and they're kind of flowing around in space. But when water becomes solid and frozen...
I see that before.
Good. So you're familiar. When water is frozen, the molecules get very close and tight. And they get really close together. Things that are solids have molecules that are super close together. So like the molecules that make up this tape measure make it hard. They're tight and close together. And I could go ahead and fill this hole in with little water molecules, but I'm not going to do the whole thing because we're going to run out of time. When the water gets boiled and becomes steam, it really spreads out. And you probably see it. It spreads out into the air. And the molecules are just boom, 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 boom. They're moving really fast because they're hot. So the gas molecules are super spread out, more so than the water. And they become part of the air eventually. Now, some people might say, does gas... If the water, the air is gas, does it take up space? What do you guys think? When matter is a gas, does it take up space? Well, I would have to disagree with you. When you breathe out, hold your hand in front of your mouth and breathe out. Go. Do you feel the gas coming out on your hand? Now watch what happens. I'm going to blow some of that into this glove. Does it take up space? It does. There is gas all around you in our air, and it is taking up space. It might be hard to tell, but it's here. And I have a video below this video that talks a little bit more about the states of matter and what liquid, solid, and gases are like. Now, I did make a paper today where you are going to be drawing the states of matter, solid, liquid, and gas. So remember that a solid, the particles, the molecules are really close together, right? So you need to fill up the solid with particles that are really close. Now the liquid, the molecules are close, but they still can kind of move around and flow, right? Like water can flow. Solids, they can't really take a different shape. They already have a shape. And then the gases are really spread out. So you can go ahead and draw in all the different kinds of matter. Then you get to do a matter sort. So you're matching the matter. I gave you this page because I couldn't quite get it printed the way I needed to in time. Just cut it in half. And you only need half because you'll notice that the page is 2 times, it makes the same thing twice. So I'm going to cut all the way around the rectangle so I don't have extra white. And I'm going to cut these out and I'm going to sort them into the right spots. So I'm just going to start with the first row. Now, the very first one, I need to compare. This is showing the molecules, right? But I have to look. So this is going to be the solid, and then compare, this is going to be the liquid. So this is the gas. So I would glue this next to the gas. My glue went rolling, so let me get that. I'm very clumsy with my supplies. So put the gas there. And then I can look at a magnet. What kind is that? Is magnet a solid, a liquid, or a gas? Well, it's going to be a solid. A magnet is hard. It has its own shape. So you can go ahead and sort the rest of these. I'll tell you what they are. Smoke, rain, log. Then you got the picture of the molecules. Ice, milk, water. This little pot is pointing at the steam. And then you got the other one, the solid. So that is what you get to do today. All right, I have a couple of hands. I can hear somebody wants to say something, but let me go ahead and get the hands. Raise your hand if you wanted to say something, okay, or if you have a question. Miss Clara, what did you want to say? You've had your hand up for a while and been patient. Thank you.
Is this another thing about that I didn't need out right now? Is this the paper bag that you're talking about?
Yes, it is. That's right. And it'll be with the Read Aloud where you do that craft, honey. There's a video below the Read Aloud video that shows you how to do that, okay? All right. Leah.
I have an experiment in this book.
You did?
And it's about liquid or solid.
Oh, it's cool. That's cool. So you're learning stuff that's in your experiment book. So you might be able to do some experiments to test it out. That's wonderful. I'm excited for you. I have some different books. My friend sells books, and I was looking. I haven't got to check, but I have like the invention book, and I'm still kind of getting to know these myself. They're new to me, so I was kind of like looking at that, and I thought, but that's so cool for you, Zoa. Zoa, are you still there, honey? Okay, Zoa, we'll come back to you if you are. Karen.
But, Miss Grace, where is the otter in this baggie?
Where is the what?
The little otter that I make that is
Oh, the
in the
ground.
baggie and then goes out in.
The groundhog, he's in there. Just look for the brown paper. Because he's smaller, it might be harder to see him, but he should be in there, honey. You might have to move some other papers to find him, though. Okay?
Okay.
You'll find him. Miko.
I want to say this bottle has water. That's a solid. That's a water, but this is have their own shape. But this does not. The water does not have it.
I can't see what you're showing, honey. Are you hiding your video? Could you show me? Are you saying that the ball has water inside of it?
No, I say the ball has the ball's own shape, but this water has not have their own shape.
Yeah, so the
when
ball
they put in something, they change to what thing that the thing is like.
That's right. Yeah,
and I want to show you this thing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna show you a trick.
Is your camera on, Miko? Because I can't see you.
See, I put this, but
Yeah. Hey, Miko, is your camera on? I can't see you.
I am.
Yeah, I can't see you. You want to try and show it at the 1 o'clock lesson? Because you're just a black box right now. I don't know how to see.
Okay.
Yeah, and I want to see what you're trying to show me.
Okay.
Okay, let's try it then, okay? All right. Marcus.
Oh, so I want to show you this.
Marcus, you're all fuzzy. Yeah, you look like the TV had a problem. Can we show yours at 1 o'clock too, and we can try to see you? I don't know why. A couple of you are having video problems. I think it's just you and Miko though. Scarlett. Yeah, let's do it when I can see you. How about that?
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, honey, for understanding. Scarlett.
I wanted to say that I don't really think you gave me the groundhog because I'm looking in my baggie, but I don't see any brown paper.
Okay, well, I put one in everybody's bag in yesterday's bag that I gave you guys. You may have to look a little harder because he's not big. He's half the size of the other things. So you might have to look around. He's probably not on the outside, but in the inside. Karen found hers, but everybody should have one. So just look a little harder, please, okay? And if not, I'm really sorry.
Oh, and also, can we hang up now?
Yes, you may.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Matei.
Oh. I guess I'll do it at the 1 o'clock. I have 2 questions.
Sure.
Okay.
That's interrupting.
Also,
Yes, Matei, go ahead.
I don't know if this sock is a liquid or a solid.
Well, the sock, I would say, is probably more a solid. Even though I get what you're saying, it doesn't necessarily, I mean, it kind of takes the shape of your foot. However, if I'm holding the sock, it still does have its own shape, right? Yeah. So, I mean, even though it stretches, it still has a shape. So, that's a good question, though. You're right. Some solids are a little confusing. Zoa.
And I also have
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, Zoa. Let me finish my take. What is that?
sugar crystals.
Oh, you did them? So cool. That's really neat. Have you tried eating them, Matei? No. Hey, your mommy's cookies were delicious. Please thank her for me, okay?
Because I added egg coloring.
Oh, egg coloring? Yeah. It might not be as good, huh? Very cool. Zoa, what did you want to say, honey?
I made those.
Yes, I know. I remember yours. Cool. I see predictions. All right, friends. Well, I'm going to get ready for reading group, so I will see you all at 1 unless you have questions, okay?
Enable my phone. Miss Ray, my other is saying bye too.
Honey, he's a groundhog, remember? Not an otter.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
I got a question.
Yes, Zoa.
Bye. Where is that other thing?
Are you talking about how to make the burrow? Yeah, there's a video with your read aloud that shows you how to do that, honey, okay? And you just kind of fold the top down.
No, the other thing.
Oh, it's this morning message. You're talking about the prediction?
When you put those molecules on that paper.
Oh, that's inside of this lesson. It says States of Matter lessons, the very first lesson at the top of the assignments, okay?
You have to point it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Miss Fraze did not have, I couldn't get everything to you guys yesterday, but this one you do have to print.
Okay.
All right. All right, ladies and gents, I'll see you this afternoon. Good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Even the groundhog is saying bye. 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 Bye.
Hi, buddy. How are you doing? Having a good day?
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right, bud. We're going to go ahead and pull up the whiteboard real quick. All right, let me erase this. And you're going to tell me the sounds in your name, okay? All right, what sound does this letter make?
I can't see yet. It's still loading in.
Okay, we'll give it a minute then. Tell me when you see it, okay?
You mean N?
Yeah, what sound does that letter make? Good job. What sound does this letter make?
You're trying to spell my name because I can know that.
I know, because I want to know that you know these sounds, right? Good job. What sound does that letter make?
I'm just gonna guess one.
That's okay. What letter is that?
I know that's an L.
It's an L. Well, when you see the picture card in your brain, what do you say? L, lamp, L, right?
Yeah, I did say it.
Oh, well, I didn't hear you. You have to speak up because I'm kind of hard hearing over here, all right? What sound does this letter make? Good job, like a snake. S. What sound does this letter make? What letter is that?
O.
O, and O says ah. Remember, make a O with your mouth and go ah for the doctor. Ah. Open up and say ah. So O says ah. And what's the letter say?
Go.
Good. So I think the only ones we had trouble with were L and O. L says,
I did say it though, so it doesn't really
okay, well, I haven't heard you say it yet. L says,
What?
L. Good job. And O says,
Ah.
ah. Good job. All right. So let's see. Let's just go ahead and look at that last letter in your name.
Okay. It's N because you know why.
Well, that's the last letter. I'm sorry. I meant the first letter in your last name. That one I circled there. What does that say?
You know the sound it says?
Yeah, what sound does it make? That's good.
I'm covering it with the blue thing.
Gotcha. All right. So I'm going to erase and move some things here. Now,
don't delete the B. It's fine.
moving it. We're going to put it here. It's the first letter in your last name. So we've got N, E, O, San, Nelson, right?